Every once in a while I make a video that I pretend for other people, but it's really just a subliminal message to myself and addressing some of my shortcomings. Today we got a short yet sweet MW2 video where I've got my first and only nuke of 2025, which was hard earned, and I did it for you guys, so I hope you enjoy. And today we're going to talk about a few important things that I think about this time of year. The gameplay is fitting for what I want this year to look like. You start the game, you come out and you just get punched in the mouth. Then you start your kill streak, you start your moments. Every year, January, February, March is an interesting time of year. I usually go into the new year with high hopes and big plans, and this year's going to be the year where everything changes and I make something of myself. And I'm a sucker for the holidays. In December, I reflect a lot and just do a lot of thinking about things that I need to attack or do differently to start the year. I look at what worked well, what didn't work well, what times I slipped up and what times I was at my best. And I really enjoy taking some time to think to make myself better for the challenges ahead. And then I set some goals, fitness goals, making videos and YouTube goals, and setting income and investing goals and stuff like that. And in my mind, there's no better time than the nostalgia of December to sit down with an eggnog in your hometown and reflect on these things. Many of us are with family and in the place where we grew up, so it's a perfect time for reflection and planning. And every year I need that time because boy, once the new year comes around, you'll need some sort of plan as the high of the holidays wears off. And then this is where I usually fail. In January, planning and thinking time's over. Now it's action time. I'm always optimistic each year starting off, and then every time, sometime from between January and March, things change, and that's when your plan gets punched in the mouth. This is the time of year I start to see my plan unravel a little bit. I'm already getting a little bit lazy, already skipping things. Things come up that throw you off your routine, and you start doing what's easy and not what you should be doing. I'm not sharpening my skills and staying consistent like I said I would be in December. Here's an example of how bad I am at this. For me, every year for the last few years, probably since like 2020, I made it a goal of mine to start a YouTube channel. And then every year, around January through March, I found reasons and excuses not to do it until last year. I try to imagine where I'd be now if I just started back then. My inaction has stifled me throughout my entire life. And this inaction will not lead you or I to good things or good places if this continues. That January to March time range is usually one of my worst of the year because it can be a depressing time of year. Not just because it's cold AF, because man, I've spent almost all my winters in Wisconsin this time of year. Thankfully not this year, but it can be depressing because you realize it's just the same old thing. After the high of the holidays and talking about big plans wears off, nothing's changed. It's just time passing and you're the same old lazy you. You're not up against anyone but yourself. And in my mind, you've kind of reached a checkpoint in late January. You're already 1/12 into the new year, and it's already moving fast. It's already almost February. What do we have to show for it? Is it any different? Just same old, same old? I mean, have you even begun doing the things you said you would and be giving it enough? Have you given up already? But here's the good news. There's still 91% of the game left to play this year. And last year, it took me until August to get my head out of my ass and start moving. And it was tough. I was balancing a lot of things, work, YouTube, traveling, but I'm happy I started because it's led me to some fulfillment and some great things. Like, think of all the ways your life could be different in December this year if you put in the work right now. Most of us watching this, I'm sure, have many goals. Maybe you want to find a good job this year. Maybe you want to leave your job this year. Maybe you want to lose weight. You want to start a side hustle or a YouTube, or maybe you want to find a girlfriend. For me, I want to be in kick-ass shape again, because I neglected that a little bit last year, and I think if I work hard, I could have 100K subs on YouTube and a plaque, and I could have enough money coming in to set me up to do whatever I want and not have the pressure to go back and get a job that I don't want to. And these things are all possible, but it just doesn't happen overnight by wishing for it. It's not given to you. It has to start now, because everything's won in the daily and weekly actions, not by some magic stroke of luck or by planning and not doing. Like, your life could literally look completely different even later this year if you pay your dues. You could go from, broke, single, living with your parents, to stable, happy, healthy. You got money coming in the bank with the smoking hot chick by your side. But to many of us, it's a matter of what we do now. All of us are searching for things that give us purpose, and it's that grind that gives us purpose. Right now, I like to think of your life as an unpolished weapon you just unlocked in MW2. It doesn't work too well yet. You don't have any attachments. You don't have any practice with it, but you know it has the potential to be great. With every rep you do, every video you publish, every risk you take, you sharpen it and you unlock more stuff. Then imagine how cool that's going to look in December when you're unstoppable with it, you're sharp, it's forged by the fire of hard work. Because the best comebacks, they're not built on perfection. They're built on persistence and being consistent. I mean, think about this. How many Januaries in your life have felt like this one? How many times have you made promises to yourself only to break them, like before February even happens? And here's the truth, nothing's going to happen unless you break this loop. This is your chance, right now. You could be the person who finally does the things they said they do. Stop doing the same old things if they're not working, and take control. And it's not really about, overhauling everything in some grand radical action. It's about stacking the small wins, day to day, week to week. You take your goal and work backwards. One investment made, one workout, one video, one smart decision today add up. I mean, imagine if you have a goal to invest $500 a month. Then over 12 months, you do every single month. Maybe you missed a few, you only invested that 10 times. But now you have an extra 5,000 at the end of the year. Maybe you go on one date a week and almost all of them suck. But after your 12th date, you finally find that person you really vibe with. By the time December comes around, those wins become a streak. And streaks, those change lives. Just like the kill streak in this gameplay. It can happen at any time if you're fighting the daily battle. And you don't need to start under perfect conditions, or you don't need anyone's permission to start. You got everything you need to begin. The only question is, are you going to let this year slip by like all the others, or are you going to go make it happen? It's time. It's time to make your next move. The clock does not care about your excuses. It also doesn't care about your past failures or how terrible you may have been the last few years. Because right now you got a choice. Let the year win and sit there in mediocrity, or take the year by the throat and punch it in the mouth. Comeback isn't tomorrow. It starts today. It starts with one step, one choice. Get up, get moving, get off your ass, learn some new things, do those workouts, make those videos, go on dates, take those risks. Go make mistakes and improve a little bit each day so that by the end of the year, you're a completely different entity. Don't let this one slip by again, guys. Now's the time to step it up. Now's the time to get your streak going and get your purpose firing. The comeback starts now. Thanks, everyone. Hope you can turn things around. Let us know how you feel about your goals this year. I'm rooting for you, and I'll see you in the next one.